Now, there's never a perfect time to start up a business, but even though our economy is sliding, many entrepreneurs say they're still willing to take the plunge. 34,000 new companies were registered just last month.
And of course, they get a lot of encouragement from the entrepreneurs we get here in the studio as well. But one businesswoman got in touch with us to say that the recession could actually be good for business. She's called Jill Sutherland. She runs a sandwich business and a cafe with her husband Richard. And she says you can use the slowdown to your advantage. Well, it's a sandwich shop, so of course I went to Romford in Essex to meet her.
Come on, we haven't got all day.
Sandwich making, it's a tough business, and some are better at it than others. All perfectly done. We'll see in a second how much of that sort of I remembered. When you're making these up, who are your customers? Who are you thinking of?
We're thinking of the people coming in through the door, office workers, lunches, breakfasts, shoppers. We're thinking of the pre-orders that we're making that have been rung or emailed through in the morning that are going to be delivered. We're thinking of the people who are catering for parties, for meetings in the local area. A real cross-section all through the morning. So you really spread
the business, you don't think of just the walk-in business
like that? No, absolutely not.
That needs time though, doesn't it, to develop?
Absolutely, and I think the key, particularly for Rich and I, husband and wife team, is to allow each other time to do that, to look for new business opportunities, to look for new revenue streams, to be able to maximise every minute of every day to make some money.
And when you're here, are you looking around thinking it's one sandwich shop and it's lovely, or are you thinking there's so much more that can be done?
We're thinking big business. You know, we're concentrating on the shop and it being the best it can be, but we're always, you know, we're looking at ways to split the way that we do our work through HR, through marketing, through new business development, and we function like a big business, giving ourselves time and accountability to drive the business forward.
So now you have to put me to the test to see what I'm like making the wraps.
Yeah.
So we start with lettuce, no, chicken.
Chicken.
When Jill started her business 4 years ago, she had plenty of rivals, big chains and small local shops. Well, the recession has taken a bite, and some of those rivals have shut down. But Jill says she can turn that slowdown to her advantage.
3 years ago, when we were looking for our first retail unit, it was really difficult. There weren't many available, and the ones that were available, often landlords wanted big businesses to go into them. Now, there's so many available on the high street that landlords are willing to look at you as a small business, and you can negotiate a really good rent deal. When we first started out, we found it really difficult to recruit good members of staff. But now, there seems to be far more people looking for work, and we found it much easier to recruit good quality candidates. For any business, produce costs are one of the biggest overheads. So if you can negotiate your suppliers down on costs, as you can with many at the moment, then you'll find you've got more profit at the end of the day.
It's a tough recipe for tough times, but Jill says it will work for any small company and help keep them open for business.